Rapid Dave's gone. It's just me. Today on Strikeout Beer. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Strikeout Beer with your pal Alan. There's no Rapid Dave today. Him and the missus, Lizzie's in the house. What's up, Lizzie? They went out of town. They took off for Valentine's Day. I think they're out in like the woods in Oklahoma hunting the most dangerous game or something along those lines. But it's just me today. What's up, Billy Joe? How we doing, sir? What we got here? I started the whiskey diet this week. I've lost 3 days already. Nice. I don't have all the fancy buttons and the rim shots and applause and all that Rapid Dave has. It's just kind of me. We're going to talk a little bit of Super Bowl. You know, a little recap on the events of the Super Bowl. Pitchers and catchers reported today for most teams. That's a pretty exciting day. The Texas Rangers are back at it. What we got going on? Billy Joe coming with that hashtag for Lizzie. Thanks so much, sir. And I'm clearing the fridge. I've got 3 different beers over here that have been sitting in my fridge for a little bit. One of them for a little while, and the other not too long. And I think I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna start with Alien Apocalypse. Is what we're gonna start with. This is a golden stout with coconut, coming in at 10% alcohol by volume. This is from the good folks over there at Martin House. The can, as always, is a banger. This is coming in at 10% alcohol by volume. So let's get into it. Hope everyone's doing good. Billy Joe, you still celebrating that Super Bowl victory there, buddy? People at Kansas City got a little out of control today. I mean, I wouldn't say the people, like one guy, right? You had the shooting out there, which is just crazy to hear. Thoughts and prayers and all that fun stuff for everyone out there. I think I saw something like 15 people injured. I think one death, if I remember hearing right, and they had 2 arrests in it. So here's how she looks. Nice golden. You can definitely smell that coconut with it. It's got a nice little coconut smell to it. Let's give her a try. Cheers. Mazel mazel, good things. That is pretty tasty. That coconut flavor. Coconut and it's got to be some vanilla in there too. That is really damn good. So, the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl. No surprise here. I don't bet against Pat Mahomes. I mean, I did the first part of the playoffs, but once he got to the Super Bowl, and I kept predicting him to lose, I was like, you know what? Screw it. They're just going to win it all. All in all, it was an okay game. It wasn't really action packed. I was kind of a little bored with it, honestly. Great finish though. I mean, you got the big finish. You know, you go to overtime. New overtime rules, right? You start a whole new game when you go into overtime. Both teams have the opportunity to possess the ball. So if you drive down, you score a touchdown, the other team has an opportunity. You know, in this and the 49 with that, the 49ers kind of had an interesting take on it because they elected to receive the ball as opposed to playing defense, which I think that's what you'd want to do because you want to know what you have to do, right? It definitely gives you an advantage knowing, hey, I got to score 3 here, I got to score 7 here, you know, knowing what you have to do in order to win. If you know you got to score a touchdown, then that means like every set of downs, you're playing all 4 downs, right? You're going for it on 4th down every time. So that really opens up the playbook a lot more. Gives you a better opportunity to kind of plan, right? For driving down the field. So it was very interesting to see the 49ers not elect to take the ball or to play defense, but hey, they took the ball, they go down, they kick the field goal, and then what's Pat Mahomes do? He does what he always does. Wins. You know, drives the team down the field. They get the touchdown. You had a lot of people freaking out because they didn't understand the NFL rules where you're starting a new game. So at time run out there, it's not game over, 49ers win. It's they go to the second quarter. They go to another quarter. So you'll can play all the way up to a full game if the score stays the way it is, right? But they ended up scoring that touchdown there. McCole Hardeman, the guy who went the Jets paid big money for him in the offseason, right? And he was just trash. He wasn't any good. Now, is that all on him? No, probably not. I mean, Zach Wilson's not a great quarterback. You had Aaron Rodgers all of a day while you were there, a play, I think it was, maybe two. But the Chiefs, they needed some help in receiver wise, and they went and they traded for him. And I mean, he was pretty much non-existent, for his entire time there. Honestly, this year, you didn't hear too much about him, uh, or see a lot of him. But bam, shows up when needed, right? MVS, dude tried to drop that touchdown that he caught. He kind of bobbled it a couple times before he caught it, throwing right through him. But at the end of the day, the Chiefs, they made the plays that they needed to make, right? Both teams had 2 turnovers. No one really won the turnover battle as far as that's concerned. It was just it was a good, hard fought game. Congratulations to the Chiefs. They're third in 4 years, I think it is. And I mean, they got to be the odds-on favorite to win it again next year, right? I don't know where they're sitting at free agency wise, any players that they're losing and things like that. I did see that they went ahead and re-signed Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator. He got a new contract. He's done great. I think he's been there for this run, this entire run. I think that was his 3rd Super Bowl with the team. So that defense really is what got to the Chiefs to where they were this year. Because especially the first part of the year, the Chiefs they weren't good. I mean, me and Rapid Dave, we sat here and we talked about it almost week after week. We were doing Patreon videos talking about it. We were talking to our Chiefs fans. We got a lot of Chiefs fans that watch the show. And we're like, what's going on this year? That offense just wasn't the same. But the longer the season went on, the better Rashee Rice got. That guy got to where he was the true number one there, I feel. And I think he'll have a really good year next year. He's someone who's going to be high on my target for a wide receiver in fantasy football for next year, because I believe he's going to be the number one there, and I expect him to have a really good season for sure. Oh, this is such a delicious beer. Again, Alien Apocalypse from Martin House Brewing, phenomenal. But yeah, I'd expect him to have a much better year next year. That second year, right? With your wide receivers, there's typically a little bit of an adjustment period, and it took Rice a little while to kind of get on the same page. But once him and Mahomes got on the same page, especially down there towards the end of the season and in the playoffs, Rice was playing great. So again, odds-on favorites for next year for sure. Be interesting. The 49ers, they went ahead and they fired Steve Wilkes today, their defensive coordinator. He was only with the team for 1 season, and they cut bait with him, which, I mean, you have an extremely talented defense there, right? You had a really good defense. Bosa's over there. You traded for Chase Young. That secondary, that linebacker core there is phenomenal. It's really good. So I definitely do think that defense did underperform, especially down the road, right? Kind of down the line against excuse me. You look at that Packers game. You look at that Lions game. And those are really 2 games that I really feel like the 49ers should have lost. But they came out on top, made some plays at the end of the game, and ended up winning those games. So congrats to the Chiefs. Commercials this year. Super Bowl commercials aren't the same, man. They just don't. I think, and also, like, part of it is a lot of these commercials you see before the Super Bowl. Like it used to be, these commercials that you saw in the Super Bowl, that was when you saw them. That was it. Like, they played them during the Super Bowl. You didn't see them at all before then. A lot of these commercials you had already seen, or they had like the teasers, right? They've been teasing the Ben Affleck the Dunkin' Boys, the Dunkin' Donuts commercial, the Christopher Walken commercial. You're getting the little teasers for that. But I don't know, man. Like the commercials just weren't the same this year. I need commercials to be great again for the Super Bowl. I really do. because I really feel like they just weren't. Snowman, what is going on, brother? How are you doing? How we recouping after that Super Bowl, man? Tough loss. Tough loss. I just got done breaking it down, talking about it. Talking commercials right now. The Super Bowl commercials a little disappointing as far as I was concerned. There was a couple of good ones, but I mean, for the most part, meh, not that great. I didn't notice a Doritos commercial, and Doritos is usually a big player in the Super Bowl commercials. We'll be back. Yeah, I mean, you guys fired Steve Wilkes today, so I'm curious to see who you guys will get to fill in for him. Do you go after like a does Vrabel do anything for you? Does he go and be a defensive coordinator? Does he take a year off and try and become a head coach again next year? Um, you've also got I'm drawing a blank on Ron Rivera, a little Riverboat Ron action. I mean, I think that guy's kind of done. The commercial and the halftime show were a colossal disappointment. Yeah, I haven't even gotten into the halftime show yet. I was not in. I grew up listening to Usher, right? So it's not. I don't know. It just wasn't. It really wasn't that great. Like it just didn't. It didn't get me. Like his audio was off. You know. So I think that played a factor into it. They came out in those purple suits looking like Globo Jim from Dodgeball. That's the first thing I said is like these guys just look like it. Hey, saying this, but we took a step back defensively under Wilkes. I thought you guys highly underperformed under Wilkes this year. You guys had a ton of talent and I just really feel like you underperformed. What's going on, Melton? How you doing, brother? Hope life is treating you good. Drinking a Alien Apocalypse from Martin House Brewing right now, guys. It's pretty darn delicious. I talked to my buddies during the live stream, not paying one bit of attention to the halftime show. Yeah, it just didn't. It didn't do anything for me, and I was like, okay, I like Usher. You know, the dude can dance, right? He's got some old school bangers that I absolutely love. You know, nice and slow. Uh, I mean, yeah, obviously, right. I did get a little perk up when Luda came on stage, right? I love me some Luda. So it was cool to see him, but eh, I mean, Alicia Keys was okay. I mean, she's pretty good at guitar. All right. But I don't know, man. It just didn't really do anything for me. I was just kind of watching. I was like, okay. And it was over. I was like, all right, well, that's done. Let's get back to football. You know, it wasn't one of those that I got hype at any moment. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. You get excited. No, it did nothing for me. As far as I'm concerned, halftime show, you know, I was kind of skeptical anyways, bringing Usher on. He ain't done anything in forever. My kids were like, I don't know who that is. You know, a couple songs came on, like, oh, I know this song, but they weren't even interested. The oldest kid didn't even. She walked in there for two. She was in the room for 30 seconds. Watched it for 30 seconds. Goes, this is boring, and walked away. Like she gave it 30 seconds, and after 30 seconds, she was done. Walked away. It was like, see you later. Big goes, huh? Well, see you later. But yeah, halftime show, man. Hopefully they rebound and do better next year, because I do always look forward to the halftime show. I do look forward to the commercials. I thought those were kind of disappointing this year. Nothing that it just made me just laugh out loud, because normally you got a few that you get a good belly laugh from, right? You're like, I don't want to like that. You got to go back and watch it. I did enjoy getting to see, you know, some of the movie previews, right? A new Planet of the Apes. I'm in on that for sure. I've watched every Planet of the Apes movie there is. Enjoy them all. Celebrate their entire catalog. The new series of the Planet of the Apes movies have been pretty good. They're not like great, but they're good. They entertain you. They're fun. Um, I'm looking forward to the new one of that. I'm looking forward to Wolverine and Deadpool. You know, when that that commercial for the teaser came on and said, you know, trailer online now. I muted my TV and I pulled the trailer up and I watched it. I think Wolverine and Deadpool is going to be phenomenal. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for it. It is going to be awesome. Just looking forward to that. There's so many teasers that were in that too. of the Secret Wars. You had the comic cover that has like Doctor Doom's face on it, and that just super excited about Wolverine and Deadpool. And then A Quiet Place Day One looks pretty cool. I think that looks pretty good. I am a fan of the Quiet Place movies. I enjoyed both of them, and I think it's going to be really cool. I think those monsters are really awesome in the Quiet Place, and you don't see them that much in the movies, right? The movie's all about avoiding them. You barely see them. I don't think you see them until the end in the first one, you know. Um, but seeing, that day one in the big city with everybody and they just come down and just wreck shop, like, yeah, let's go. That one's got me pretty excited too. So those are three trailers that I saw that I liked. I think those were kind of the best part of the Super Bowl commercials. You know, the Dunkin' Donuts one was okay. Um, but for the most part, give me the movies, right? I was excited to see those trailers for the movies and excited for those movies to come out. I will definitely be going and seeing all of those, especially like Wolverine and Deadpool. I'm day one on that. Like when that comes out on Thursday or whatever it is, when they have that Thursday release on that, I'll be at the theaters for that. I think Pastime is doing the comic book store I go to. They'll do on occasion they'll do movie nights where they rent out the movie theater for all their customers. Um, and I think they said they were going to be doing the Wolverine and Deadpool movie on that Thursday night. So I'll definitely be in attendance for that one. And that's always fun with that because you're watching the movie with a bunch of you're watching the movie with a bunch of people that you know, right? You've got an entire movie theater essentially filled with a bunch of people you know because I know all the staff there, right? And then majority of the customers that come in the store, I know all of them because we're always there, on the weekends or new comic book day, which is Wednesdays. Um, and you get to know them through all the different events, the comic cons, and when they have all the artists and actors and things at the store, and you go for those appearances and stuff. You get to know these people, so it's cool getting to watch a movie um, with essentially a bunch of your friends. Really, is what it is. But pretty excited about all that. Um, I thought the one thing from the Super Bowl that's kind of got some of the most attention is the whole Travis Kelsey outburst, right? Um, on the sideline after the play, and he runs into Andy Reid, bumps into him, and is in his face yelling. That's, I mean, it's you don't see that like bumping into the coach and things like that, but I mean, you see the guys with the passion. Normally, it's them going after each other, getting in each other's face, and it's just kind of part of the game. And Travis Kelsey talked about it today on his podcast. He 100% regrets what he did. He was just super emotional in the moment. This is a Super Bowl. You're losing, and you want to do everything you can to win. Um, and but he up told Andy Reid, dude, I'm sorry. And he even talked about like that's the only guy he'll play for. Like he came out and straight up said today, if Andy Reid steps away this season, I'm done. I'm done playing. I don't want to play for anybody else. This is my guy. I love him. And that's a lot of those players. That's how they feel about Andy Reid. He's a hell of a coach. He's a player's coach. He's a I mean, the dude, all he does is win, right? All those years that he didn't win the Super Bowl in Philly. He got them there once. They went to I think it was like four straight conference championships. Got to the Super Bowl once. Out of those, lost that Super Bowl. Uh, just had a hell of a run there in Philly, and then went straight to Kansas City and just started winning. Right out of the gates. Um, Hell of a coach, but yeah, you had that whole breakout. And then you had all the Swifty. Like, there's a lot of girls out there that are all upset about it because they say this is a big red flag for abusive behavior, and Travis Kelsey's going to abuse Taylor Swift, and this is just one big red flag. And watch, you'll see, it's going to happen. And we've all, I mean, I'm not going to say we've all, right? But I mean, if you've played sports even at some sort of a competitive level, right? I'm not talking about like rec league or something like that. Maybe even like rec league, dude. I've seen guys in rec league those guys got issues, but you get heated, you get fired up, you get carried away, you get caught up in the moment. But you do have to watch what you do, right? Bumping into your coach and yelling in his face, you're crossing a line there, right? Um, but it doesn't mean that that guy is abusive at home. Doesn't mean he has like a bad temper. This guy's done this once. Now, typically, the typical move for the Kelsey brothers, because it's both of them, they'll get upset on the sideline. They'll take that helmet and they'll just chunk it. They'll bounce it 30 feet into the air, bouncing it off the ground because they're just so upset and angry, and they just bam, just launch that helmet. But that's typically what you'll see from Travis and even Jason, both of them. But yeah, it's I when you saw it happen, you're like, okay, this is going to be a thing, right? This is going to be one of the big takeaways um, from the Super Bowl is people are gonna talk about that. They're gonna say a lot of things. I didn't expect the whole he's abusive and he's this is a huge red flag and he's gonna abuse Taylor Swift and all that. But yeah, Swifties are the ones causing problems, not Travis or Taylor. I feel for Taylor having to deal with her cult she didn't even start. Dude, and like it's crazy because like you had all these people talking about how I'm just gonna get beat down by Taylor Swift. They're gonna show her. They're gonna show her nonstop, nonstop, nonstop. I don't think I saw her until the end of the first half. Like I know they were showing her a lot, like in like the pregame stuff, right? But I didn't watch a lot of the pregame. I had it on, but I wasn't really watching it. And I saw a few times they were showing, hey, there was videos out there of when she got there, right, and she's in the house and she's there with Ice Spice and Blake Lively, and they're showing her walk up like she's one of the players, right, walking in the tunnel and going to her seats, and they were but like once the game started, you didn't see her in the first half. I don't think, at least I didn't notice it. If they did, it was a moment when I was looking away, or maybe I was looking at my phone or something like that. But I didn't see her in the first half. I did see someone had kept track, right? And they definitely showed her a lot more in the second half, especially there towards the end and in overtime. But I think she had a total on air time during the game of 55 seconds, I think is what I saw. It was under a minute. It's like 52, 55 seconds. That's it. So you didn't see her a ton during the game. They kept it on the game, which I thought was good. I thought that was cool. I'm sure Swifties everywhere were freaking out as they weren't seeing their hero over the whole first half, right? Uh, but yeah, I have no problem with the whole Taylor Swift thing. I have no problems. The NFL is going to hey, you have a big star like that, you're going to show them. You're going to show them on there. She has a massive following. And I think it came out to like just from her when she started, I think like someone had figured out like she helped add like over 300 million in revenue to the league. Uh, All right. I got a lot of buddies that have daughters and they're all Swifties. And I can't tell you how many people I saw at their Super Bowl parties and they're all wearing let's go Taylor's boyfriend, Karma's the tight end on the Chiefs, all that crap, right? You saw it all. You saw it everywhere. Um, all the girls, they all had their Travis Kelsey jerseys or their Taylor Swift shirts that referenced Travis Kelsey, and people posting I'm Team Taylor. Hey, I'm so glad Taylor won the Super. She didn't win the Super Bowl. She didn't win it. She didn't play. Get over it. But I don't have she's there at the game. She's having fun. She's getting into it. The only reason why people are blowing it out of proportion is because of who she is, right? But I don't have a problem with it. I know Rapid Dave does, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I have no problems with it. Whatever. She's having fun. Let her have fun. I don't know why we got to hate on someone having fun and enjoying themselves and enjoying life. Let them enjoy themselves. Let them enjoy life. Deal with it. Got my last swig on this one. Again, I'm drinking this. The first one I'm doing is Alien Apocalypse from Martin House Brewing. It's a golden stout with coconut coming in at 10% alcohol by volume. Had no idea this was actually a 10%er when I grabbed it, but hey, But overall, delicious beer. Really good, really delicious. I love it. It's got a good coconut vanilla flavor to it. Really smooth. I can see this one being very dangerous at 10%. Like I can see me just knocking them back like a champ. And next thing I know, I'm just passed out somewhere, not in the bed, like maybe in like the bathtub or something like that, right? We've all been there. We've all done it. Next up, we're having again. I'm just doing a clear the fridge type night today, guys. I got a ton of beers in the fridge. I got to make room for some more, so we're just gonna clear some stuff out. And next up, we're getting from it's another Texas brewery, local ish. It's a few hours away, but from 903 Brewers Munchberry, which this just looks like Captain Crunch. This is exactly what this looks like. Um, it's a lightly fruited a ghost. So this is going to be a sour. And they got some words here on the back. So let me go ahead and take a look here. A tasty collation of two sweet cereal treats inspire our latest lightly fruited uh, ale. Sorry, words are really small on here. Munchberry is a sour ale accentuated by a bready malt flavors and additions of blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, and peanut butter. The result is a berry forward fruity ale with a bright acidity, complex notes of roasted peanut butter and malts packed with cereal grain like flavors. A pleasuring sweetness and bounty of flavors find balance in a rounded finish with an elevated twist on the nostalgic flavors. Munchberry will take you back and satisfy your cravings. It's 5.5% alcohol by volume. It pairs well with ants on the log, ham and cheese galette, and high tops. So let's get into this. I mean, I see this and all I think is crunch berries when I grabbed this beer. Um, this was actually a beer mist beer that I had picked up, that I had gotten in the beer mist draft, but sometimes beer mist doesn't go the same way as what we pick out. Sometimes we pick up some things, during the month that we're like, oh, I want to have this for my beer mist beer. Or we'll have a day where instead of doing our beer mist beer, we're doing whatever we're having on the show for the beer mist. So all the beer mist beers don't get drank at beer mist, but and now we're having it. Looks good. There are I got a couple little floaters in here. Definitely pick up the peanut butter in the smell. It's definitely got a good peanut butter smell to it, which I think that's interesting that it's peanut butter, but then it's also a sour. So a sour with some peanut butter, I think it's going to be a little interesting. So let's take a swig. Okay. I don't know what to think yet. The peanut butter really mellows out the sour taste. Is I'm not picking up a sour at all, and that's what it goes. A goes is it's a sour. It's a tart beer. Um, this is not sour or tart. It's actually really smooth, and that has to do with that peanut butter in it. It really like when you're taking a drink, you really pick up the whiff of the peanut butter. You smell it a lot. It's got a really strong peanut butter odor to it. A little bit of peanut butter taste. I think they kind of mellow each other out, but pretty smooth so far. So we'll see how that goes. Um, and then we're going to talk the Super Bowl. I think we got to just keep talking. I think we got to go into the events of today. Where the Super Bowl parade today, and you had the shooter there at the parade, which you hate to see. Um, there's so many people in such a confined space, right? There's a ton of people down there. You've got one dead, um, and 22, one dead as 22 shot near the end of the Chiefs parade. Um, so it was the one dead person and 21 others were wounded by gunfire at the end of the parade today. Um, haven't really seen, how bad of a condition these people are in. But yeah, I just hate to see it. It's sports is for those who follow sports and love sports, the highs and the lows of going through all that, and then you have everything that goes through the season, and your team comes out on top and you win, and you're there to celebrate your team, and everyone's there having a good time, and for something like this to happen, it just sucks. It really does. Um, you hate to see it, and I haven't seen anything um, about the shooter, like motive or any of that stuff. But it just it really sucks. Hopefully, everyone who was injured pulls through, and we don't have any more um, deaths that kind of toll up and get added on to this. Hopefully, everybody else is good. So again, you hate to see it, but it happens. So um let's transition to that. Let's get rid of that. Pitchers and catchers reporting today. I know everyone here in Texas is all excited. DeGrom's out there playing catch. Just nowhere near close to ready. I think they're looking at like August timetable for him. So you still have a good 6 months before they expect to see him pitch. But your pitchers and catchers are reporting this is the first signs of baseball season is here. Your pitchers and catchers show up. They're starting to get into the groove of things. It takes them a while. See, your pitchers, it takes them a while, right? Your catchers, not so much, but you need the catchers there for your pitchers. These guys, it takes them a while to get ready to, especially like your starters, right? Because you start off, you're pitching 1 inning, okay, 2 innings, and you kind of take some time lengthening yourself out, getting your stamina back, getting ready, getting your body accustomed to throwing all those innings and all those pitches. I mean, not really all those innings. I mean, most pitchers go 5 innings these days. Um, but whatever. But yeah, it's always a good time when pitchers and catchers report because you're like, okay, baseball season's coming. I mean, you don't have a lot of time without baseball season. It's almost a year-round type thing, right? Because they play for so long. Um, but it's always awesome when the pitchers and catchers report because it gets you just get excited, you get ready for it. I got the alerts last week from Yahoo about fantasy baseball, and I think we're gonna do a Strikeout Beer fantasy baseball league this year, guys. So if you're interested in that, priority on that goes to first to our members of our Patreon. Um, they get first dibs, and then Twitch supporters, and then other supporters, right? Um, so super excited about that. Played fantasy baseball last year for the first time in 15, 20 years. It'd been a long time and had a blast with it. Rapid Dave jumped in on it with me too. We weren't in the same league together. We were in separate leagues, but we talked about it every week. We had a lot of fun with it. It is a grind because you have to adjust your lineups every day. Just kind of like how basketball and fantasy hockey is. We got both of those going on right now, guys. Um, thank you to everyone who jumped in on that, and we're having some fun with that as well. It's been a good time. We love fantasy sports, um, especially fantasy football. We're going to be starting to get a bunch of fantasy football content out here, guys, um, with all the off-season stuff for the NFL. Right, we've got the draft here in 2 months. Looking forward to that. Me and Rapid Dave are in. I joined this dynasty league last year, uh, for one of the followers, Michael Henson, one of our good buddies, and Rapid Dave got joined the league this year, and this will be my first off season for that league. Last year, I took the team over just before the season started, so this is my first off season in it, and it's interesting, right? It's just getting ready to start getting good with your free agencies getting ready to start happening. We had to cut roster sizes down because you got to stay under your salary cap. You got to be at a certain point, right? But looking forward to fantasy football season this year. Expect some more dynasty type talk from me and Rapid Dave. I've been in a dynasty league. I've got one that I've been in for probably about 4 years now, with my buddies out there at Pastime. Um, and then I joined Henson's league this last year, which I had a lot of fun with. My team was awful, right? But Hey, what can you do? I inherited a crap team. And so I'm in the process of rebuilding that team and building that team up. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to the off season. I may pull the trigger on a trade for some draft picks where I traded my number 20 pick for number like 36, 38, and 42 or something like that. Three third-round picks because I need bodies. I need some young youth to inject my team and get them inspired and fired up and ready to go. So looking forward to that. How that draft process is going to work because I the team I inherited they traded away all their first round picks. I don't have a first round pick this year. I had two second round picks because I made a trade to pick one up, and I just traded one of those away for three third round picks. So I'll have a first round pick and three third rounds this year. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking forward to it. Man, that's the taste is weird because you smell is peanut butter, but you don't taste the peanut butter. It's kind of it's pulling the okie doke on me. I'm expecting like, oh, peanut butter, and then you drink it, and it's not. But it's not sour. Again, it's a goes, so it's not real sour. It's not real tart. It's it's interesting. It's interesting. I kind of wish I had another can or two of it so I could do further research on it. Maybe I could still pick some up somewhere. I don't know. I don't know how often they brew this one. If this is a year-round type thing, if this is a one-off, if it's a seasonal, I don't know. But I will tell you this: I love 903 Brewery. I think that brewery is awesome. I absolutely love them for sure. They brew some damn good beers there. We went to Barrel Fest, I think, like 3 years ago. I still have some beers left from that. Some of their barrel aged beers, which I think me and Rapid Dave are gonna do some clear the fridge type stuff with them for sure. But yeah, pitchers and catcher baseball season's right around the corner. I love baseball season. The last 2 years, I've really gotten into baseball a lot more with Rapid Dave picking up the MLB ticket, so we have access to all the games except for the Rangers and the Astros. We don't have access to those games because we're here in Texas, and they won't give us access to those. And hell, if you live here in DFW, you don't have access to the Texas Rangers anyways because of the whole Bally's thing, you know, which is just a train wreck in and of itself, and hopefully that goes away soon. Um, you've seen it go away with the Mavs, where the Mavs are, they're going to start being shown locally um, through the whole month of February and March, I think, something like that. Um, but yeah, I'm excited about baseball season. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what Otani does over there on the Dodgers, what that Dodgers team does. They just re-signed Kershaw. I think it was like last week or something like that. But I, I do enjoy baseball. I love it. I wish they had more day games because that's when I'm here at home, right? I work here at home, and always have something on the TV, right? And it was always nice when they had the day games, just to have that baseball game on. But like this last year was awesome with the pitch count, right? And you're getting games in like 2 hours. You had you had a few sub 2 hour games, and it's great. I love it. I really do like it. And the old heads they complain about it because this isn't baseball. You're speeding it up. You're doing no. Baseball was getting slower and slower and slower and slower, and it does nothing for the game. People don't want to sit down and watch a 4 hour baseball game. They don't want to do it because it's a whole lot of people just standing around when you have a 4 hour baseball game. When you're sitting there and you're watching it, and the pitcher steps off the mound 15 times, he throws over the first base 12 times. Like I like the rules that they put in to help speed up the game, to help out the popularity of the game. And ratings were up because, hey, I can sit down for 2.5 hours and watch a baseball game, just like watching a movie, right? Um, but yeah, I'm super excited about baseball this year. Can't wait. I'm hoping my Tigers are a little bit better this year. I'm not holding out hope though. We've been bad for a while, but that's just kind of the way things go, right? The ebbs and flows. Your team will be good for a while, then your team will be bad, or in that bad period right now. We had some really good times. Wish we would have gotten a World Series during those runs. We made it to the World Series a couple times. Had a hell of a pitching staff there for a while, but it is what it is, right? That's why you got to take advantage of it when you get there, because you never know when you're going to be back again. So, it would have been nice to see some World Series wins there, but hey, we didn't get it. But just hey, Adam Silver was talking about expansion in the NBA and says, hey, expansion, Las Vegas is definitely in play. And yeah, I it's only a matter of time, right? You've got hockey there. You've got football's there. Baseball's going to be there soon. Yes, the NBA is coming to Vegas. It's going to happen. And it's going to be sooner rather than later. The next time, I wouldn't be surprised if the next time they add a team, it's going to be Vegas. It's going to be a Vegas. They've got a WNBA team, and they're pretty damn good. The Las Vegas Aces. They're dragging down championships over there in Vegas. So yeah, it's only a matter of time before Vegas gets a team. Whether it's a team that moves or whether it's an expansion team, they're getting one. It's going to happen. They're going to be, when the NBA does expand, they will be the first one to get it. You've got the other three there, and the city supports it. That's the other thing, right? It has the support of the city, but it's not just the city. It's the tourist thing, right? You go to Vegas, you want to catch a game. So I know Rapid Dave, his favorite city is Vegas. So when, like he said, when Vegas gets teams, I'm supporting them because he loves Vegas. It's his favorite place to go. Um, so when they got the Knights, the hockey team, that became his team. When the Raiders moved there, he's now a Raiders fan, right? He's gonna be whatever baseball when not whatever when the A's move there, he's gonna support them. And whatever NBA team goes there, while Rapid Dave's not a big NBA guy, he's a big Vegas guy. He's gonna support him. It's gonna happen. So, yeah, Adam Silver telling us that is like, oh yeah, they're definitely a candidate. Duh. Yeah. Um. Yeah, you knew that was going to happen, right? As soon as they get a team, yes, that they're it's gonna go to Vegas. So, um, real quick, guys, some things that we got going on. One, the Patreon. Check out the Patreon, guys. You get it for $3 a month. Help buy your pals a beer. Um, you want some drunk content? I posted a drunk. You know what? I don't know if I posted it in the Patreon yet. I recorded it, but I can't remember if I posted it in the Patreon last night. If I didn't, I'm going to post it tonight when I'm done here. But you do get drunk videos from me. You do get drunk videos from Rapid Dave in there, as well as like during the season, like all during the playoffs. That's where we did all of our picks for the NFL playoffs. All of our picks were done in the Patreon. That's where we're putting it there. We're going to put a lot of fantasy football stuff in there, betting stuff, more beer reviews, and just us just chat BSing with you guys. Billy Joe, what do we got going on here? I have moved several times in my life. Memphis, Grand Rapids, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, but always a Chiefs fan. There you go, man. Hey, born up in Michigan, just outside of Detroit. Grew up a Detroit fan. Moved down here to Texas when I was 15. Still a Detroit fan. Spent a year in Missouri. Was still a Detroit fan. Will always be a Detroit fan. That's my thing, and that's how I'm raising my kids. My kiddos they're Lions fans, they're Tigers fans, Red Wings, Pistons, University of Michigan. Let's go Blue, national champs. Sad to see Harbaugh go, but I think Sherrone Moore is going to do great. He was the guy who was filling in for Harbaugh when he was suspended all this year. He's the one who coached them when they whooped Ohio State again. And they're going to beat them again next year. So, yeah, I think Michigan's definitely being left in good hands. The players love him. You didn't see a mass exodus of guys when Harbaugh left because These guys believe in more. So super excited about that. But yeah, that's Detroit's my team. Always going to be my team. You know, living here though, there are a couple teams like I don't mind rooting for the Rangers. You know, um, Mavs is tough because Mavs fans are awful. Cowboys, yeah, no, it's never going to happen. And Cowboys fans are awful. Stars, don't mind rooting for them a little bit. Um, but I'm Detroit through and through. Always will be. Man, it's crazy because like you drink it, and again, in case you're just tuning in, I'm drinking Munchberry from 903 Brewers. Um, it's a ghost. You drink it and you're like, okay, this is going to be sour, it's going to be tart, and then it just kind of dissipates, and it ends up being smooth. So, what does a gingerbread man use to make his bed? Cookie sheets. Billy Joe coming in with that fire. Um, but yeah, so the Patreon guys, check it out. You get it for $3 a month, and I'm still reimbursing everybody for their first month. Sign up for the Patreon. When you sign up, I'm going to shoot you over a message just saying, "Hey, where do you want me to send you your money back to?" And I'm sending you your first month. You get your first month for free. I'm reimbursing everybody for their first month. A lot of content that we're putting in there, as well as you get the preview of the beers that we're going to have. Now there was no preview for tonight because again I didn't have one specific beer. I'm just clearing the fridge tonight, and I grabbed these beers 5 minutes before the show started. Went in the fridge, grabbed some beers, bam, here we go. I got one beer left for the night after I finish this one. But you get the preview, a few days early. You get to see what we're gonna be drinking on the show. Um, quick beer reviews is now, while you still get all the videos here on YouTube, on Facebook, you still get your videos there, but the audio we're now releasing, we have our own. It's got its own podcast page, Quick Beer Reviews. Check it out, guys. Rapid Dave shared the link for it. You check it out anywhere you listen to podcasts. I think he shared the Spotify link for it, is what I think he shared. But all the audio's out there now. We're putting all the audio for all these beer reviews that we do. Last night, me and Rapid Dave, we recorded 3. I want to say it was 3 or 4. We recorded last night to get us through these next several days. We got one for, I think there was one for today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Monday. Maybe there wasn't. I think it was Thursday, Friday, and Monday, or something like that. But we're working on getting a quick beer review out to you guys every day during the week. A few here and there on the weekends, but we're working on getting that out to you guys. Just getting you guys some more content. But go and check out the podcast for it, guys. Drop a follow, subscription, um, a rating. If you want to leave us a review, we definitely appreciate it. We're going to be doing some. If you drop a review, we're going to send you something. Do a review. Of the podcast anywhere, whether it's Strikeout Beer, SB Fantasy Football, uh, Ranger Roundup, Talking Lines with Alan, Part-Time Nerd, Quick Beer Reviews, whatever podcast of us, show us that, hey, drop a review, send us a screenshot, and we're going to send you something. I don't know what, stickers, koozie, button, things like that. We'll send something over to you. As just as a way to say thank you. We appreciate it. And we don't even care what the rating is. You can give us a 1 star, whatever. We deserve it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I get it. But the better the rating, probably the better the stuff. I'm just saying. I don't know. But yeah, guys, go and check that out. We're gonna have some more content coming out again with SB. The SB Baseball podcast is gonna get fired up here soon. Especially with pitchers and catchers reporting. Me and Rep Dave are going to get right back into talking baseball. We've got SB Fantasy Football. That's going to be going on. We're going to throw some videos out here and there, as well as like mock drafts. Rep Dave's already starting to talk about doing mock drafts. I was like, we haven't even seen the rookies yet, man. You want to throw mock drafts out there? He's like, yeah, man, he's fiending. We're ready to get into it. So make sure you guys follow us on all those pages. SP Fantasy Football now has its own page. So go drop a follow. And tell a friend. Tell a friend about us. Say, hey, check out this crappy podcast. I bet you hate it. There's a reason why we're your least favorite podcast, and we're okay with it. If we're going to do something, let's do it. Hey, we're all in. So we're either going to be your favorite podcast or your least favorite. We're all about being the least favorite. We're just saying. There's a lot better podcasts out there. Just all there is to it. And we're okay with it. We're okay with being your last option to listen to a podcast. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you and we love you. Let's finish off this beer real quick, guys. Again, I am drinking Munchberry from 903 Brewers up there in Sherman, Texas, right? Yeah, Sherman, Texas. As the people here like to call it, they're in Canada, so far up north in Texas. Again, you drive a few hours to get there. It takes you a minute from the DFW area. But cheers, miles and miles of good things. Again, that's a weird one. It's a goes. It's supposed to be sour. I'm going to kind of rinse this glass out a little bit before I drink this last beer. And it starts, it's like it's going to be sour as you're taking it, the drink. But then it's smooth as can be. The peanut butter really smooths it out and takes that bitterness, that tartness away from it, the sourness from the beer. Um, I, this is a go and buy and try it. Let me know what you think. That's what this one is. I don't want to give it a thumbs up. I don't want to give it a thumbs down. I'm kind of in the middle with it. I don't know what I think about it, honestly, guys. Here's what I know. I want more so I can figure out if I like it or not. And next up from False Idol Brewing, this is a beer I bought from there not that long ago. 817. It's a dark lager coming in at 5% alcohol by volume. 817 is for the area, because the phone area code out here in the DFW area, here in the more so in the Fort Worth area. Again, if you follow the quick beer reviews or here on Strikeout Beer, it's me and Rapid Dave. We've done a review of this one. We had it, we liked it. I'm getting ready to have it again because it's a good beer. I picked up a 4-pack of this one, the 4-pack of the big boys. It's $11 for this one. It's a deal. No, it's a steal, is what it is. You're stealing from them. Going and getting this beer for $11. It's a pretty damn good deal, is what it is. Yeah, it's really good, and it's almost kind of like a Schwarz beer, right? It's basically a Schwarz beer. Your dark lager is. You don't have a ton of Schwarz beers here in the area, but this is one of them, and it's pretty damn good. The hell? I don't know what's going on out there. People don't know how to act right around here. That's all I know. But yeah, that's pretty damn good. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So some news came out today in the NBA. We don't talk a ton of NBA, but I feel like this story is. Well, I don't want to say newsworthy, but Golden State made a bid for LeBron. They tried to trade for LeBron James, which of course, obviously, the trade didn't go through. They made an unsuccessful bid. I'm trying to see if it's telling. I haven't seen any details on what it involved. But that would have been interesting for sure. Because I mean, if they're making that trade, you're not trading Steph, right, or Clay, or I mean, maybe Draymond. Maybe the Warriors are kind of tired and sick and tired of Draymond's shtick, his bit of just being an ass. Just call it what it is, right? Dude causes nothing but problems. He's just a problem child. And it affects the team. I mean, they lost that finals against LeBron in Cleveland because of Draymond, right? Draymond, they got the series firmly in hand. Draymond acts a fool, gets the technical, suspended for a game, and then just all the momentum just went right over to Cleveland. Cleveland won that game. They won the next game without Draymond, and then they won the next one, and boom, series over, right? Um, so I confidently say Draymond cost them that championship. Now the Warriors will never say it. They're saying, "Oh no, we're more than just one player. We should have all." Okay, that's fine, but no, no, no. So I think that would have been interesting to see, like, if that went through LeBron over there with the Golden State. Like, I wonder how that would have went. Because Golden State's pretty good. LeBron's still good. Like, dude's been in the league for 47 years now, but he got in the league at like 18, 19, something like that. Um, but he's got a ton of minutes because I mean his teams are always for a period there. I mean, I think he went to the finals like 6, 7 straight years or something like that, right? And not only just that, but like the years when he wasn't going to the finals, he was still in the playoffs making deep runs. Um, so a ton of minutes piled up on him, but the guy he treats his body as a temple. Like this used to ride a bike to games. Back when he was with Miami, he would ride his bike to the games. That's crazy, right? But the dude's just a freak of nature. He's huge. He's big. He's one of the best to play the game. I'm not necessarily prepared to say he's the greatest to ever play. But he's up there. He's definitely up there. He's a top 5 player in the NBA for sure, all time, right? Just depending on how you feel. I mean, everyone wants to debate Jordan, LeBron, whatever. Jordan was an overrated hack. We all know it. Couple of those championships, he only won it because of Steve Kerr. I'm just saying, Steve Kerr had to drag him out of there. But then you also had like people talk now like about like the super teams, right? Oh, super teams. And I guess yeah, it is a little bit different because the Bulls did draft Scottie Pippen, right? And they drafted Jordan, but they didn't draft Dennis Rodman, you know? And that definitely helped for those years when they won those championships when Rodman was on the team. Now the cast around him was it Luke Longley was a center there for a while, big Aussie basketball player. Um, but yeah, I think that would have been interesting. Like had that trade gone through, and I just really want to know what all was included in that trade. Like I think that would be interesting. Like I would like to know how much Golden State would have had to give up. Like I feel like it would have been a decent amount, and LeBron's all but gone like this next year, right? Because I mean, the thing is, like, well, I don't know that it's necessarily going to happen, but like the whole thing was, and it kind of got sidetracked. But Bronny was supposed to go play 1 year in college and then come to the NBA, and then LeBron has an out this year, and LeBron's going to go to whatever team Bronny's playing on because he wants to play with his kid. But Bronny's not that good right now. Now, was he ever? I don't know. He was a pretty damn good high school player. Got on USC, but then had the whole heart thing. That really derailed a lot of things. And then he's back and he's playing, but he's not that good. USC is not that good, and he's not that good. So, you know what though? A team will still draft him in the second round because they want LeBron. And while yes, there's no guarantee of a championship with LeBron, right? But you're going to sell a shit ton of tickets and a shit ton of merchandise. You're going to sell a ton of LeBron jerseys and Bronny jerseys, right? you're going to sell out. You're selling out. How much is Bronny going to play? Not that much. I'll tell you that. But a team will draft him so they can bring LeBron onto their team. Um, and I would almost suspect it to be like a good team, right? Maybe maybe a late first round pick, right? Hey, I'm going to take you with my last pick in the first round because I want LeBron on our team. We're a good team. We won the championship. So we have a high first round pick, right? Essentially a second round pick. So you draft Bronny so that you can go ahead and bring LeBron onto your team. Because he's made this known for years. You know, that's why he has an out in his contract this year with the Lakers, because he wants to play with his son. He's made it's not hidden, it's not a secret. It's what he wants to do. And hey, I don't blame him, right? If you have the opportunity to play with your kid in the NBA, cool, because he's done everything else. He's won championships. He's won championships with three different teams now. He's won gold medals. He's done everything. He's down here towards the end of his career. He wants to play with his son in the NBA. Cool. The problem is Bronny's just not that great. So I'll be curious to see what happens, because I think LeBron has an out in his contract this year and next year. So if Bronny continues to not play good, not get a lot of play time, does he stay another year at USC and then come out the next year? Hopefully does better next season, right? So a team can actually justify drafting him, other than the fact that, hey, we're going to draft him just so we get LeBron. Because then once LeBron's done, you're stuck with this crap player. What's up, Blackjack? How's it going, man? Oh, coming in with that raid of the party of 7. Let's go. Mark is in the house. What's going on, Mark? Blackjack, thank you so much for that raid, brother. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. How was the stream? How did it go, man? What are we playing these days? I haven't fired up my PlayStation in, I swear, like a year. And it sucks. I miss it. I'm good, man. I'm doing good, man. Running solo today. Rapid Dave and Lizzie, they went out they're out in Oklahoma, out in like a cabin, hunting the most dangerous game. Man, that's what I think. That's what I heard. But yeah, so I'm rolling solo tonight, talking some NFL, we're talking some NBA right now about how much Bronny's just not that good. It was just a reaction to YouTube. I feel you. I sold my PS. That's awesome. So you're just watching like YouTube videos and reacting to that. That's pretty cool, man. That's cool. Me and Rap David talked about doing like some something kind of like that. Love the NBA stuff. Yeah, no, I'm talking about the story came out that the Warriors made a play for LeBron. And I was curious. I'm curious, like what was all included in that. And he doesn't have to be good. His dad is rich. No, he does, and that's the thing, and that's what I'm talking about with Bronny is the whole thing is LeBron structured his contract around being able to opt out after this year for Bronny. The plan was Bronny was going to go play 1 year of college, come to the NBA, and LeBron's going to go to whatever team drafts him. Well, the problem is Bronny's not holding up his end of the bargain. He sucks in college. He's not good. He's not good. USC is not good. The only reason for a team to draft him, which they would draft him, I would assume the second round. Maybe a really good team will draft him in the first round. But Bryce looks so good. Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of stuff. Bryce is supposed to be a lot better than Bronny, right? How old is Bryce? Where's he at? Does he have a chance to play with his dad? I don't know. I don't know where Bryce is in all this. How old he is? I don't follow this stuff. That's too much. But I think he's 16. Okay, so he's got a couple more years. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron's still in the NBA if he's 16 now. He goes plays 1 year of college, so you're talking 3 years now. I could still see LeBron in the NBA in 3 years. The dude's still freaking good. Yeah, I could see him hanging around. But yeah, it was supposed to be Bronny was going to come out and LeBron was going to go play for whatever team drafted Bronny. Well, no one wants Bronny. He's not good. But they might go ahead and do it. just so they get LeBron because, and I mean, and getting LeBron's not going to guarantee you a championship at this point in time in his career, right? But you're going to sell a ton of merch. You're going to sell out games. Your your revenue is going to shoot up as a team, right? You're going to sell a bunch of Bronny jerseys, even though he sucks, and you're going to sell a bunch of LeBron jerseys, and everyone's going to come and watch it. Problem is how much is Bronny even going to play with LeBron, right? He's going to be buried so far down the bench. But then that's where you come across like maybe LeBron's going to be like, hey, man, my kid's got to play with me at least X number of minutes a night, right? Like I would expect that to be like a stipulation. And he might even say, hey, game one, first game of the season, he's starting. I don't care how bad he is. He's starting. I want to start a game with my son. We're starting game one. You have to start him week one. Week one. We're not talking NFL. Game one. You have to start him. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all, man. But he is. I mean, he is being carried by his father, right? Like, it's gonna suck. But also, like, just imagine, like, your whole life, you're playing, and you love playing basketball, and you're good. Like, Bronny's good, not great. He's not his dad, right? But you're everywhere you go, you're compared to your dad. Everywhere you go. Maybe Bronny really doesn't want to play. I mean, why do you go? Why do you go this far if you don't want to play? Right? I don't know. But yeah, and I imagine LBJ he also didn't have everything handed to him though too, right? Like LeBron, he didn't have everything handed to him. Dude, LeBron is built different. Like that's all there is to it. Um, he's just dude's just built different. Like I was talking earlier, like the dude used to ride his bike to games. When he was playing in Miami, he rode when I say bike, his bicycle. Sometimes your family's drive can feel forceful more than you know. Yeah, no, 100% Mark. Like, yeah. Um, so that's definitely part of it. But I would think like at this point in time, like if you're not, I would think like you're out at this point. I would think like once you get to college, and maybe this is it. Like, Bronny's like, man, I'm not that good. I was I was really good high school player, but when it comes to college, I'm not that great. And you're seeing that. He's not that good with USC. And maybe it's hey, again, he had the whole cardiac arrest, right? And that was during basketball. I think the toll that's going to take on you, sometimes you have to find your place. Yeah. But I think like he might also still be dealing with some stuff mentally because of the whole heart situation. Like where you have a heart attack at that young of an age playing basketball, and then it's like, okay, now you got to get back out there. Is there some hesitation then? Right? Like you don't want it to happen again, but you love playing this game and you want to keep playing. But you also have in the back of your mind, like, what if this happens again? And they're saying he's been cleared medically, and I guarantee you, he's been to all of the best doctors. Yeah, yeah, no, he had a whole cataract thing. Um, when he got to USC, like during some practices. And that's why he didn't start the season. Like it took him a while to get to playing and stuff. And he's got a whole heart condition. Um, so maybe that I think that would definitely play a role in like once you get back out there. Just like, players like when they come back from an injury, whatever that injury is, there's definitely some hesitation there, right? And some players don't come back from injuries because of the mental side of it. They never feel like they can push their body the way that they need to or the way that they're supposed to because of that injury. They're scared to it's a mental block. Yeah. They're scared to cut like football players with a knee injury. They're scared to cut. They're scared to do this. They're scared to do that. I mean, look at RG3. right? That dude was baller status, you know, especially like here in Dallas. Like everyone's like that first year and that Thanksgiving game where just RG3 just took it to them. They won the division. They go to the playoffs. It blows the knee out, and he was never the same. He was never the same because it's in his head, and he'll tell you it's not, but it was in his head about the injury. You never saw the same spark out of him, the same movement. But then you have like some players like Adrian Peterson, the year after he tore his ACL. First of all, he came back faster than anybody ever did. And then he almost rushed for 2,000 yards that season after tearing his ACL. Like you don't see that in select number of players, but it's that drive, that spark that they have. Adrian Peterson was just built different. That's all that there is to it. That dude was just built different. His mind was different. His mentality was different. So, again, a lot of players, that first year back from an injury, they're not good. I'll avoid drafting a player in fantasy football the year after an ACL because he's not going to be good that year. It's the year after that when they get good. But Peterson came firing right back faster than anybody. I remember when all that happened. He tore it at the end of the season and was back for week 1. That was crazy. We're drinking from False Idol Brewing, guys. 817. It's a black lager. It's pretty damn delicious. Me and Rapid Dave have had this for quick beer reviews. We really enjoyed it. I'm having it again as I'm clearing out the fridge for sure. Black lager, yeah. Yeah, Polo Ralph Ryan. Yeah, it's a black lager, like a Schwarz beer is what it's like. It's coming in at 5% alcohol by volume, so it's lower on the ABV scale, dark. Like you look at that and you expect it to be like a stout, right, or a barrel age. Bet he used high HGA. I mean, he might have. I don't know. But like also like since then, you've seen players like since Adrian Peterson recovered so fast, you've seen a lot of other players recover as fast. Because also it's like he went through a different technique and things and that. Um, so play after that, players reached out to him was like, "Hey man, what can I do to get back on the field?" And you definitely see players get back on the field a lot quicker. But I think the biggest thing after an injury is the mental aspect of it. The mental aspect, because I went through it with, and I didn't even tear anything, but I had surgery on my Achilles. My Achilles was and the bone where my Achilles attaches was longer, and so it was rubbing my Achilles and was really aggravating it. So I went in and I had surgery where they deattached my Achilles, shaved the bone down, and reattached it. And it was about a year before I started to feel all right. But like that, when I first got back out there on like the softball field or even in the gym, there was a lot of just like, okay, I'm gonna be all right. Like you're taking it super easy. Even though like I went through physical therapy, like this is after I went through physical therapy. Doctor cleared me, said we're good to go. But like me getting back in the gym on my own, it was tough. Especially was it my mid 30s or late 30s? I'm not even say mid 30s, late 30s at this point. This was probably about like 5 years ago or something like that, 6 years ago when this happened. Um, and yeah, it was the mental aspect of it is real. And I'm not even a high performer. I'm a low level performing. I hate even to use the word athlete, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, just getting back out there. I remember just getting back out there and just shuffling side to side or even just like running. Like the first time I actually ran, I was nervous as hell. I did not run at full speed whatsoever. It was more, I don't even know if I would call it a run. I would call it like a light jog. I was jogging to first base. Like the first time I played in the game, I was like so excited to get out there and I hit the ball and I'm just like, just, they're like, run. I was like, I am. I didn't want to push it. I didn't want to But again, there's a mental block. But there are some people who that mental block doesn't phase them. It doesn't get them. AP is one of those guys, you know. Um, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of mental stuff that goes along with that injury and recovering from it and all that. So, but yeah, I would have I only Black. I'm curious what you would think. Like, I think that trade with LeBron to the Warriors. Obviously, it's not going to include Clay. It's not going to include Steph. Um, what if it included Draymond though? Like, I think it might have because I honestly think Golden State's just tired of his crap because Draymond's not that good anymore. And all he does is cause problems and issues and hurts the team. Like I talked about it before you got in here, he cost them that championship. The year LeBron won it with Cleveland, that 100% was on Draymond because he had that technical. They lost that game. They lost the next game that he was out because he had to miss the next game. And then it was over after that. It was church. You gave LeBron everything he needed. You guys had that series firmly in control. I heard Dre was pushing. Oh, you heard Draymond was pushing for LeBron. Okay. I would almost think like, and I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously you want to keep like all your best players, but I just don't think Draymond's that good anymore. Honestly, I think he's more of a headache than what he's worth. I really do, especially because you're not winning champions anymore, and like you don't have Jordan Poole because of him, because of that whole incident, right, where he decked Jordan Poole, and Jordan Poole's a good player. You really could have used him, but he's not on there. I would trade Dre. Yeah, I 100% would trade him. Like, I don't know when his contract's up, but I ain't re-signing you. Bye. Have fun. It's a whole big gulps. Well, big gulps, huh? Well, see you later. 100%. Like, I see Draymond like hitting up the GM, like, hey, free agency. Hey, it started. I'm ready to resign, and just the GM's like, just not answering his calls, right? Like, I just picture him just not answering. Like, Draymond's just calling him. He's just like sending him the voicemail. We're good, bro. We're done. Thank you for your service. We had some really great years. We won some championships. We had a lot of fun. But now you're more of a headache than what you're worth. See you later. Go sign with Phoenix with everybody else. Have fun in Phoenix. Phoenix will sign you. They'll sign anybody. Just saying. But yeah, I'm ready for the NBA playoffs because that's when I get into the NBA. I don't follow it all year around. Now I am playing again. I am playing fantasy basketball right now. We have the fantasy basketball league for Strikeout Beer. I'm not doing so great. Not doing good. It's not going well. It's going pretty bad, but I'm having fun. So we got that. We got fantasy hockey going on. We will have fantasy baseball coming up, guys. So if you are interested in that, again, priority goes to the members of our Patreon and then our Twitch subscribers. He resigned at the start of the season, and I think he's done. Green Bay's or not Green Bay, Golden State's done with him. He's not going to be there. But yeah, so we'll I think that will be coming out soon with pitchers and catchers reporting. I think we're going to go ahead and fire up that start find out who's interested in the fantasy baseball and start filling that league and not wait till the last minute. Any thoughts on the Knicks? I think the Knicks are pretty damn good. They made some trades, before the deadline. I think that really helped them. Brunson, I think Brunson's a ball player. I loved him when he was here at in Dallas. Especially that last year. I think him and Luca worked really great together. I took Jack to his first MLB game when he was here. That's awesome, dude. I love baseball. I love going to games. But I think New York's a team to kind of. I think they're yeah. Where'd you guys go? Who are you close to, Mark? Who'd you guys go see? Your Padres. Okay. The Padres have one of my favorite baseball players. I love Tatis. Love him. Hate he got caught up in the whole steroid type thing. And his first MLS playoff game. Okay. Yeah, Tatis, dude, I love Tatis. He's one of those guys that like they're making baseball fun again. My favorite player this last year was Ellie De La Cruz. That guy, that dude is I I'd be sitting here on a Wednesday watching Reds baseball. And the women's soccer game too. Man, you guys just did it all, didn't you? Damn. But yeah, Ellie De La Cruz, that kid is amazing. That guy. He's fast as fuck. And he hit the ball a mile. The dude went from I think he had that triple that was like under 10 seconds. He went from home to third in like under 10 seconds, something like that. Or 10 seconds, somewhere around there. But it was just insane. The dude is great. Yeah, Jack, I told you to try. I'm trying to bring an MLS team to San Diego, right? Okay. We've got the we have the Dallas team here. I can't remember what their name is. It used to be the Burn. It might still be the Burn. I don't know. But they have the Dallas team here. They're pretty good. Um, I went to some games a long time ago, back when I was a young lad. But it's back when I was in like high school. So yeah, we're talking a long time because I'm old as fuck. But yeah, no, I love Ellie De La Cruz. I love Tatis. I think the dude's just fun. Um, you've got a nice infusion of some young talent. You got the guy from the is it the Rockies, the Colorado Rockies, that won the Rookie of the Year? Is it like Corbin Burns or something like that? Corbin something or another. That dude's fun as hell too. You just got a lot of guys that are bringing a lot of fun into baseball. I love the home run celebrations. I love the bat flips. I love it all. Like if you don't want me to flip the bat on you, strike me out. Don't let me hit a dinger off you because I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna toss the bat. I love Joey Bats. Dude, I loved him, especially against the Rangers. Just ripping home runs and just standing there and just suck it. Yeah, I love that stuff. I love it. Super excited about baseball this year for sure. Um, Mark, let me ask you this. I talked about it earlier. Deadpool and Wolverine. How excited are you? How excited are you about that, buddy? Because I am full bore, ready to go, super excited about that. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I've watched the trailer several times. Can't wait. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. I think Wolverine and Deadpool is gonna be or Deadpool and Wolverine is gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be really great. Just everyone that you're seeing brought into this movie is awesome. And there's gonna be so many like people that are brought into it and cameos that you're not even gonna know. There's gonna be there's not gonna be any like rumors about it or anything like that. It's just someone's gonna show up and you're gonna be like, holy yeah, I can't wait. I'll be watching again. I'll be watching that one opening night for sure. When it comes out, I cannot wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be really good. And you had today, yeah, it was today. You had the official announcement of the cast of the Fantastic Four movie, which I'm looking forward to. I love Pedro Pascal. I'm not tired of him yet. I love everything that he's in. Him as Mr. Fantastic, a little Reed Richards action. I think it's going to be pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. You got the kid from Stranger Things who's going to be Johnny Storm. I'm drawing blanks on their actual names, but and then the guy from the Bear who's going to be the Thing. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who the actress is that's playing Invisible Woman. I'm not Sue Storm. I'm not sure who she is, but she looks the part. So there we go. But yeah, I'm excited about the Fantastic Four movie. Excited about Deadpool and everything that's going to be bringing about. Um, it's just I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Can't wait. Can't wait. We get Fantastic Four next year, and that comes out next. It's next July, and you've got the Fantastic Four and Superman Legacy. The James Gunn Superman movie is coming out in July, so you get both of those movies in July next year. I'm looking forward to that. I'm a big James Gunn fan. Love the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Love Peacemaker. I think Peacemaker on HBO is an awesome show. I'm a huge fan of James Gunn. I'm looking forward to what he does with the DC cinematic universe. I think hopefully he's the one who kind of brings it all together, right? Brings some kind of balance, because you've been waiting for DC to have a cinematic universe. I mean, they've got really good characters and good stories to tell over there, but they've done a shit job of telling those stories to date. 100%. Just garbage. That's what they've been bringing. Again, drinking False Idol 817 Black Lager. Pretty damn delicious. I'm getting ready to finish this up. Finish up the stream. Thank you guys so much for being a part of it. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Black Jack, thank you so much for that raid, brother. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Merc, great seeing you again, brother. Love you. Everyone who's come by, we've had so many lurkers today, guys. Not a ton of comments tonight, but I've seen the numbers and I've seen everybody in here. Thank you guys so much. It's when you do the solo show, it's always kind of like, okay, how's this gonna go? When you're used to doing a show with a co-host, but again, Rapid Dave and Lizzie, they're out there in the country in Oklahoma, hunting the most dangerous game, man, right now. So good luck. They're part of some super elite group that does that. Hey, more power to you. They asked me if I want to come. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Someone's got to do the show, so sorry. Got to do the show. So, but yeah, have fun hunting man out there, man, woman, all of the above. Guess I wish you luck. I don't know what protocol is in this situation. Because wishing them good luck is wishing good for them to kill somebody, and we don't want to. We here at Strikeout Beer don't endorse that. So we got that going for us. But thank you guys so much for listening. Let me kill this real quick. A real quick recap. We had Alien Apocalypse from Martin House. This is a golden stout with coconut coming in at 10% alcohol by volume. We started the night off with a banger. And then we went to Munchberry, which the jury's still out on this. This is a peanut butter berry goes. Wasn't sour, wasn't tart. The peanut butter really mellowed it all out. I don't know if I liked it yet or not. Honestly, I need some more. I need more of it. And then we finished the night off with, from False Idol Brewing, 817, a black lager coming in at 5% alcohol by volume. A delicious beer. 2 out of 3 were delicious. The third one, I might have liked it. I might not have. I don't know. I need more. But guys, thank you again so much for watching the show. Again, check us out everywhere, right? We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, X. We're streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. If you're on X, we don't see any of the comments. So if you've been commenting, I'm sorry, I just don't see them, right? Also check us out. SP Fantasy Football now has its own page, guys. Go check it out. We're going to be pushing out a ton of fantasy football content out there this year. As we do. Strikeout Beer Quick Beer Reviews now has its own audio podcast. So you see all the videos here on Facebook and YouTube, but you can also get just straight audio. If you're sitting in your car and you want to listen to something, listen to me and Rapid Dave do some beer reviews. It's out there, guys. Go give us a follow. Again, if you give us a rating on any of our platforms, drop a rating, send us a picture, and we'll send you some swag. And when I say drop a rating, I don't care what you rate us. Now, the better you rate us, the better the stuff you'll get. But even if you rate us 5 stars, I'll send you I'll send you a sticker. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. So, but check us out on all those pages, guys, as well as our Patreon, patreon.com/strikeout beer. You get in for $3 a month, and I'm reimbursing you for your first month. So once you sign up, I'm going to send you a message, ask you where you want me to send you your $3, and I will pay you back for your first month. Um, you get some more beer reviews out of there. You get to see the beers we're having for the show early, as well as you get priority access to any of the fantasy leagues that we do, whether it's fantasy baseball, football, um, basketball, hockey, all of that. We got fantasy baseball coming up. Priority goes to our Patreon members, as well as some drunk reviews. Me and Rep Dave did a bunch of beer reviews last night, and then when we were done, and I was drunk, I recorded a Patreon video. Can't remember if I posted it yet. So when I'm done here, I got to go look to see if I posted it, and if I didn't, I'm going to post it tonight on there. So you get some of that drunk content on there, as well as if there's anything you guys want us to talk about on the Patreon, we'll do it. You guys are paying members, whatever you want, we'll do it. I mean, not whatever you want, you know. But hey, guys, let's go ahead and end this. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We're we're the only podcast out there who's not scared to tell you I love you. As always, I'm Alan. As I bash the microphone, I'm Alan. I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces. Bye.